Hello everyone, welcome back to the Foreplay channel. I'm Bella.
I'm Jace.
Before we get into today's video, make sure to leave this video a like, make sure to subscribe so you never miss whenever we post a new video, and make sure to leave a comment on any questions you had on this video or any video you'd like to see from us in the future.
So today's video is a swingers myths busted type video. So we're gonna say these things that are these ideas and we're gonna say, hey, this is true or this is false. This is part 2 of a part 3 series. You guys really liked part 1, so I'm really excited to go into part 2. So let's go ahead and start in with myth number 1 of this video.
Wearing a black rubber ring on your right hand ring finger means that you're a swinger. This is actually true. Of course, with any of these signs or symbols, you can't assume that everybody who is doing these things is in the swinging lifestyle, but some people in the lifestyle actually do wear silicone rings on their right hand ring finger. Sorry, it's kind of a tongue twister.
I will say, I think that changed a little bit when powerlifting started becoming more normal, because a lot of people that do CrossFit will wear wedding rings that are rubber instead of the normal ones so it doesn't hurt their hands. And when those started to become more popular, I think the ring thing became a little bit less popular. Now there is also black rings that people wear that have pineapples on them. Now I think if you're wearing a black ring on your right ring finger that has a pineapple on it, I definitely think that would be a swinger. But just the silicone ones, it might be, but it might not, but it's definitely based out of a truth. Myth number 2 is the big stars on the house. We'll put a picture of it right here. So we've heard this one several times. This one is not true. I think that you could just live in Texas. I mean, we see these all the time where we live, and it's just the idea that this big star represented that you are in the lifestyle. But this one, yeah, just not true at all.
Myth number 3, swinging is all about sex.
For us, and I think what a lot of people would agree with that are more into lifestyle, is it's your connection with your partner, and it's the strength that you get and the trust you get and the communication and just how it helps your relationship and develop your relationship. It increases your love for your partner. And yes, like the second part, it's fun, but it's an added bonus. We go to the club together to enjoy hanging out together, and if things happen, okay, that's fun, but that's never the end goal. And so it's more than just that. It's about our connection and what it does for us together.
You really have to have that foundation before you can even bring the sex in with other people. And so to think that that's all it is definitely a myth.
Myth number 4, all swingers are looking for couples. This is also definitely a myth. This is not true. A lot of people when they're actually starting out are looking for, I feel like a big portion is couples looking for a single female. And so you definitely don't have to be a couple looking for a couple. Everyone has their own dynamics, but you could be a couple looking for a single male, a couple looking for a single female, a couple looking for a couple.
Or you could be a couple who play separately.
So there really is so many different groupings that you can be a part of. I said you could be a single person, that joins a couple. So there's really so many different dynamics. Definitely false that you have to be a couple looking for a couple.
Myth number 5, swinging will save your marriage. This is false. If you are going, like we said earlier, into this without already a strong foundation, being in the swinging lifestyle or entering into ethical non-monogamy is not going to work for you.
And we never want to say, yes, 100% it can't work. I'm sure there's been cases where it has changed something, but we don't believe that going in for that reason is the correct way, and we don't believe that most of the time it's gonna turn out okay. So I said, like earlier, everyone's on their own journey, but for the most part, it's not going to do something that's gonna save your marriage. You're gonna have to have an amazingly strong marriage and so much trust and communication to be able to do that. And if you don't have that great foundation, it's just gonna break your relationship apart.
Myth number 6, all swingers have a specific look. This is completely false. So the stereotype is that all swingers are just old and don't take best care of themselves. That's false. The other one is that whenever you go on to the marketing for say the resorts and clubs, they always have pictures of models, and these are typically stock photos, and that also is false. So whenever you go to a lifestyle event, we always describe it more like going to an airport minus the kids. So you're going to see a ton of different body types, ethnicities, really everything. And so don't think that it is a specific look. Everybody is welcome.
Myth number 7, all swingers are exhibitionist. So what exhibitionist is basically someone who likes to go out and have sex, with their partner, with other people, and likes to be watched. This is not true at all. Some people like that, and there is a very big part of the lifestyle that loves that, but there's also people that don't like to be watched. So you don't have to love to be watched to be in the lifestyle. It's kind of whatever works for you. We like to go to, a private room because it feels better to us. We have more fun that way. So you can do kind of like with everything else in the lifestyle, you can create your own little path of what works for you as a couple. You definitely don't have to like watching people or like being watched to be in the lifestyle.
We have 2 bonus swinger myths, and the first one is all swingers are into BDSM. This is actually false. So surprisingly, the BDSM world and swinging lifestyle doesn't collide as much as you think that it would. So even us, we are not as versed in the BDSM life as we are in the swinging lifestyle, and you're not going to see a ton of BDSM play happen at clubs, at least not like full-on scenes and stuff. You'll see paddles, maybe little whips, those kinds of things, but we don't typically see a ton of kink happen unless it's a kink club connected to the swingers club. Most people who are into BDSM or into the kink life usually aren't also non-monogamous, so it's definitely not synonymous to each other.
Our bonus myth number 2 is that you don't need a connection whenever you're going to play with people. So for some people, I'm sure this is very true. In different parts of the world, things function differently, but it seems like in the US anyway, and for us anyway, that a connection is definitely something that we need. And so we're not saying you have to have this amazing connection where everything is perfect, but there's more to it than just that play aspect, and you have to be able to feel comfortable with people, for us anyway, to be able to play. And so you have to have so much trust to let your partner be with someone else and you be with someone else, and you guys all have to trust each other. So for us, having that connection is key. And we've also found over the years, the better our connection is with somebody, the more fun it is, because you feel even safer and you feel even more yourself. And it's just, the more connected you are, the better it is, and the more fun you have. And so connection is definitely needed. So the idea that it's just play, no connection, definitely a myth.
And when we say connection, we mean a friendship connection. So whenever there is a romantic connection, that's when it gets into polyamory. And that's something that we personally don't practice, and most people who are in the swinging lifestyle aren't polyamorous, but some people who are polyamorous might swing, and so that also isn't synonymous. So you can kind of think about it with like your best friends versus your acquaintance friends. Like you have a lot more fun with your best friends, right? And so if you were in the lifestyle, it's more fun to play with people that you really connect with and really have a great friendship with versus people who you only hardly know. Again, this depends. Just from our experience, that's what we've experienced now, especially at the beginning, thinking that we did just kind of want to keep it very, very casual. Like we don't need to really even know much about each other than having that attraction in there. But having that friendship connection has made it so much better, and a lot of our friends and people who we know in the lifestyle also feel the same way.
So that is it for this video. We do have one more video coming out, so if you guys want to know 7 more myths, we'll also have the first video linked down below. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys have any questions about any of this, make sure to comment down below. If there's anything you want to see from the future, also comment down below. Make sure to subscribe so you never miss when we post a video, and then make sure to leave a like. It really helps us out, and we will talk to you guys in the next one.